Welcome to this year's 2018 Friday St. Peter's Fiesta. Bona Fiesta, everyone across the world. We're here with Streamography, the St. Peter's app, where tens of thousands of viewers have been viewing this app from across the world over the last few years. I'm here as your host, John Nicastro, my co-host, Rick Moore. How are you, Rick?
Doing well, Coach. How are you doing?
Good. It's great to have you here. Seasoned veteran Rick Moore in many different sports. And this is the sport we're having today. It's Fiesta Friday, Greasy Pole Friday. Whoever wins on Friday, competition will advance to Saturday. And we have a beautiful day, Rick. What do you think of this day?
Well, it's funny, all week, John, the conditions were terrible, and people were out here rowing in waves and waves of water coming at them, and the harbor was just a mess with the wind and the cold. So I would imagine that these fine-tuned athletes are ready to maybe set some kind of records here today, because it's relatively flat and there's not much wind at all.
Absolutely, Rick. We have the senior division female competition same boats. They're getting ready to line up soon, and we have the Greasy Pole Friday, a tradition now that's been going on since 1999. Where back in the day it was just Saturday and Sunday Greasy Pole competition, and now we have Greasy Pole Friday, which started in 1999 with Jake Wood, the first champ and the only champ to win it on Friday, advance the competition Saturday, and go to championship Sunday. Jake Wood, the Triple Crown in 1999, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday champ. Stu McGilvery went for it in 2004 and got it on competition Friday, advanced to Saturday, but Peter Black Frontero stole the show in 2004 when he won his 9th crown as a champion once again. Peter Black Frontero stopped the Triple Crown that year. The all-time great champion. He's known as the GOAT to many, many people in Gloucester. Rick, what do you think of Peter Black Frontero?
Well, that proves how many championships did he win?
He has 9.
9. Well, yeah, I think that says it all. There were a few before that I know who won some consecutively, but I think 9 is pretty well up there. And I got to tell you, these guys are amazing because they have no fear, and we'll see later on how they do. But, you know, it's going to be a long drop if we look at the pole as the tide is going out. And I was told it's something like 26 feet, I think Andrew was saying, from the pole to the water at low tide.
That's a good point, Rick. As you can see, the pole right now standing at approximately 40 feet in length, loaded with grease. There's typically bananas and apples on there that are kind of giving you little speed bumps along the way. And then there it is at the end, the coveted flag that everybody wants to get to Saturday.
Should mention our terrific sponsors again tonight, Andrew Nicastro and Streamography, along with John and Mark and everybody else, Alex Sanfilippo. Going to have some really special coverage tonight, Andrew, if I'm correct here. Cape Ann Savings Bank, as always, sponsoring this event as well as many of the events at the Fiesta, as they do every single year. My special thanks to Jennifer Orlando of the Cape Ann Savings Bank for sponsoring us here on MSO News Sports as well. Neptune's Harvest, right here around the corner, do an incredible job worldwide with their fertilizers and so on, and taking care of business locally. Gloucester House Restaurant with the Linquata family, and the blue collar portion of the restaurant, which is open this evening with all the outdoor activities.
Also have the event going on at their restaurants for the sponsors that are restaurants at their bars. They have the event going on, so if you're not down here on Pavilion Beach, you can go to those restaurants and actually watch this live on Streamography with this in the St. Peter's app. You could also download it and watch it on the St. Peter's app. So to get back to the Greasy Pole, like Rick was saying earlier, it's a low tide right now where you have about a 25-foot drop, and you have all the walk is up there. You see the walk is up there with a large.
They're ready, man. They're ready to go.
There we go.
Well, what about? Are we doing the same boat first or the Greasy Pole first?
They're gonna get the. I think they're supposed to be doing the same boats. I think they're gonna start the Greasy Pole and then they usually get the races going.
Oh, okay.
And maybe they switched it up this year. They're gonna get the rowing going. They're not lined up. So they're going to get the rowing going first, and the senior champions. Once the rowing gets going, then they'll start the greasy pole. So we have the senior division women's championship today. We have the Santa Maria on the left, and to the right, you can see the boat just kind of hanging out there. We're just waiting for them to line up and get underway.
And Andrew, Andrew can't hear me, but we are going to have drone coverage, I believe, on the same boat. So the drones will go out and follow the boats, and then they'll also be going out to the greasy pole, which is amazing stuff to watch.
Absolutely, Rick. Yep, Streamography has drone coverage. We have a camera on the committee boat with Alex Sanfilippo. So we have a lot of coverage with our cameras all over the place and the drone going right above the boats and right above the greasy pole. So we're gonna get underway real soon with the same boats and take it over to the greasy pole and
Mildly. And last year's champion, who was it? Randy
Sweet.
On the Sunday walk on the courtesy round, he's the first walker, and he actually went all the way out to the end and touched the flag and dived in the water. Couldn't take it down with him. So is he walking this year?
He is the 2017 Saturday champ. So he is on Sunday this year. There's no going backwards on the pole. Once you get to Sunday, you stay on Sunday.
Should point out there's a lot to do for families here in the area. Right now, a lot of people, of course, getting out of work and maybe heading to Gloucester. The mayor has asked you to park at Stage 4 Park if you can. It's right across the harbor as we can see it, and you can walk along the boulevard to get to St. Peter's Square and to get to Pavilion Beach, which will be very crowded shortly. It's beginning to fill in now as I think we await the start of the seine boat races. I see two of the boats. I don't see the third one.
So as we're waiting for this to get underway, you can see it's a beautiful day. Anyone that was watching on Wednesday during the Elimination Wednesday for seine boats, there was much different with the wind and there was ripples in the water. It was tough for the rowers to row. Today is not quite glass conditions, but as close as you can get to glass conditions. Not much of a wind, a very slight wind. Seine boat wise, they're going to be rowing in very ideal conditions in the female division, the seniors. There will be no male races today. The male races are tomorrow, where we have Iron Village winning in a devastation over the junior crew. They absolutely demolished the junior crew by probably 15 to 20 boats to advance to Saturday. You had Forze Fiore beaten Chaos, six-time champion, in an absolute battle down to the wire, and Forze Fiore just beat him by the nose of the boat. And then you have the old champs in a controversial call that came down to what could have went either way. And here's the national anthem. national anthem kicks off the 2018 St. Peter's Fiesta. We're in Championship Sunday for the Senior Division girls race, and we're in Friday competition for the Greasy Pole, highly anticipated Greasy Pole. It's a favorite amongst all viewers across the world, all the fans. People love the Greasy Pole from everywhere. And the boats are getting ready to line up for the Senior Division Championship. We have 3 boats getting ready to line up here. We have the Santa Maria in the middle. It looks like they're trying to clear the race course still. The Nina to the right, the Penta to the left.
Smiling around us today. It's a beautiful day. Conditions for a fast boat race. I know all of these women for a lot of time in preparation for the training, and you'll truly see who comes out on top for the 2018 Women's Sailboat Champions today. Very right, Jerry.
We're going to go to a short commercial break before we start the Senior Division Championship for the female division. So we'll see you when we get back.
Elsewhere, it's going to be near 90 degrees, and when you factor in the humidity, this is a look at the heat index at about 2:30 tomorrow afternoon. It's going to feel like it's in the lower 90s, Boston, all the way up into Portsmouth.
Okay, we're back with the St. Peter's Fiesta Streamography and the St. Peter's app. We're lining up for the Senior Division Championship for the women. The Santa Maria is in the middle. To the right is the Nina, and to the left is the Penta. You have the defending champions, Rogue, in the middle. In the middle, you got the defending champs. They are the favorite in this race. They're lined up and ready to go. As you can see, the scuttlers are at the, you can see with the oar at the front of the boat. The coaches or coxmen are standing up, getting ready to put their hands in the air. You can see in the back of the boat of the bowmen, they typically will start feathering away, and that will start to get the boat going. So they're here lining up. You got the scuttlers keeping the boat straight in a path. You got the coaches standing up, getting ready to get going. You'll see them put their hands up. When they put their hands up, that means that boat has declared that they're ready to go. In the middle, Rogue, defending champions, favorite in this race. Rogue, can they do it again in 2018? These women put in a lot of hard work. Just as much hard work as the men. But Rogue in the middle, trying to defend their title, defend their championship, which is tough to do in any sport. The scuttle is trying to keep a straight path, very important in ideal conditions right now, pretty much glass conditions, a little bit of a ripple, but nothing like we saw on Wednesday night. Now you can see in the boat to the right, the bow women are kind of, you'll see them feathering the boat just a little bit. To the left, you can see a little bit of a feather. And that is just trying to get the boat going. Rogue in the middle, there's not much of a feather. They're just kind of sitting there ready to go. The coaches are standing, just waiting, looking. The coaches are standing up, also known as the coxmen. They're looking. When their hands go up, they're signifying that the boat's ready to go. The scuttler, keeping the boat straight. It's significantly important part of this is the scuttler, keeping that path straight. It's a half a mile out, a half a mile back. Ideal conditions. Can Rogue defend their title? Time will tell. It's about 5 to 6 minutes out, 5 to 6 minutes back. So in about 12 to 15 minutes, we will have a champion. The Greasy Pole will also be starting up Friday. Greasy Pole. A lot of great walkers on Friday trying to get to Saturday, which will hopefully get you to Sunday if you can win on Saturday. But you can't get to Saturday unless you win on Friday.
I know Rick stepped out to grab some information, but I was wondering, how important is it to get the fast start out of here? And then, of course, the turn seems to be the other big event here in this race, right?
Absolutely. Your start is one of the key elements to get that boat going. To get that boat going, the start is absolutely gigantic. They're almost at the greasy pole. There they go. They're off. All three boats getting a decent stop, but Rogue in the middle ripping through the water early, and you can see why they're the champ. They're pulling water. Rogue in the middle. The Santa Maria getting out to a great start. And we're going to see what happens now. They go through there. What the start is pretty much 10 strokes or so. Short, quick, powerful strokes. Then they'll lengthen the stroke out. And here we go. Hardcore to the right. Hardcore to the right with a slight lead. Rogue in the middle. Defending champions 2017. Backlash to the left. In the middle, Santa Maria, your 2017 champions. Rogue with a slight lead over Hardcore to the right. Backlash to the left. Rogue in the middle in the Santa Maria. They're lengthening their strokes out a half a mile out, half a mile back.
Also, the course that they take is important. I mean, you look at the boat on the left, and it appears it could be a little bit. I mean, if you go a little wide, you're going to eat up more time. You know what I'm saying?
It absolutely could be, and the scuttlers have different techniques, and it could be the technique that he likes to take a little wider route and kind of come around the flag and not touch it much. Some scuttlers like to stay tight and drill the flag, so we're going to see if he's either off or if this is his technique. So you have Backlash to the left, Rogue 2017 champion in the middle, Hardcore to the right. We're waiting. So right now we got the Santa Maria. We got a committee vote letting us know the Santa Maria in the middle. Rogue just made a move. 2017 champ. They're up by about a boat. When you're up by a boat, insane boats, people. When you're the champ, it's very tough to catch the champ. The champs are experienced rowers, really good rowers. So in the middle, Rogue 2017 champion, Hardcore to the right, Backlash to the left. In the middle, Santa Maria. Rogue has about a boat lead right now. They're going to be tough to beat. The Santa Maria in the middle still has about the same boat lead by the committee boats letting us know. The same boat lead by the Santa Maria 2017 champion Rogue, trying to defend the title. One of the hardest things to do in sports is go back to back. To the left, Backlash. In the middle, 2017 champion Rogue with a boat and a half, about a boat lead. The Santa Maria is lengthening their stroke out in the middle. Rogue 2017 champion making another move, and they're up by a couple boats. It's going to be tough to beat a team like Rogue when they have a big lead like this. An experienced crew with champions. It's going to be hard to catch them. The only place that there could be room made up at this point is pretty much the turn when you have a two-boat lead. The champion Rogue in the middle, Santa Maria, 2017 champion, cruising away. Cruising away. The 2017 champion Rogue, cruising away. Backlash and Hardcore fighting for that second position in Championship Sunday. Second is short. It's all it is. There's one champion. There's not two. 2017 champion Rogue in the middle in the Santa Maria, pulling away with the race. We're going to see in a minute or so they're approaching the turn. When they get back, we're going to go right to the Greasy pole, the 2018 Greasy pole. We have a lot of good walkers up there. I would say one of the favorites this year, Mike Emery. Mike Emery, a favorite. He's come close multiple years, taken down.
Tommy Carrasco and the gang for doing a great job greasing the pole as he does every year. It's a lot of hard work getting that thing greased, but he's got it down to a science now. So we'd like to thank him for doing that.
But in the Greasy pole, the first walk is going to be Matt Militello when we get done with this senior division women's championship. Matt Militello is going to start us off. but we have some really good walkers up there. A heavy favorite, Mike Emery. And there goes Rogue into the turn, your 2017 champion. 2017 champion Rogue taking their turn. Backlash on their left is into their turn. They need a big turn to somehow gain at least a boat or more. Can Backlash on the left come out of this turn? As you can see, Rogue is out of their turn and coming home. They have at least a 2-boat lead, if not more. They crushed the turn. They're probably up at least 3 boats by this point. Rogue, your 2017 champ's going to cruise into pretty much an easy victory at this point because they got a boat full of champions, and it looks like they're going to repeat their title.
Good try, dude. That was
When do these crews start training? When do they start working together as a unit?
If I can get more use.
Some of them will start next week. You know, right away, Rick. This is a lot of our rowers just put in a ton of time and effort. Like any sport, they really care about this sport. They love this sport.
How do they get the seine boats? Because they're stored somewhere, aren't they, in the off season?
Yeah, Rick, that's a great question. They're not allowed to row in the same boats in the off season, so a lot of them will do dories, or they'll use rowing machines, and then like everyone else, just working out in different types of cardio, whatever works for them.
And when can they start as a team? Is it like a couple of weeks before the the Fiesta?
It's actually the Saturday before, so
that's it.
That's it.
Oh,
1 week.
Wow.
That's
okay.
all. Some of them only have a few days to row because competition for men's is on that Wednesday, so they only have a few days to row. It makes it difficult, no doubt about it. In the middle, 2017 champ, Rogue, just absolutely pulling away from the competition. Backlash on the left, Hardcore on the right. And Rogue looks like it's going to repeat its title with a big lead coming home, and they're pulling water at this point. Rogue, 2017 Rogue, just pulling away from the competition.
In second place, pulling strong. In third place,
beautiful.
Hardcore underneath.
So to get ready for Friday Greasy Pole, like we said, Mike Emery, no doubt a favorite to take down this pole. You also have on here Cam DeCoste, has come close multiple times. No, he's another one that could easily take this down. But Mike Emery in the 16th spot could easily take it down. A couple people after Mike Emery, Cody Zappa. Cody Zappa has come very close to taking it down. My picks of the weekend for Friday, Mike Emery or Cody Zappa for your Friday champion. Hoping to advance to Saturday. Tomorrow we have an incredible lineup in the senior division men's. You have Forze Fiore, 2016 champion, going up against Iron Village, who rocked the field on Wednesday, winning by 15 boats plus. And you have the old champs in a controversial win in heat number 1. It could have went either way. The judge, Jimmy T, making his decision that it was the old champs. And they've watched the video. They've looked at it many times. It could have went either way. And what some people will say was the wrong call. I watched it many times, and it could have went either way. The old champs, with a boatload of legends, will be into Saturday for Seine boats. 2 of the boats will advance to Sunday. And here comes Rogue, your 2017 champion, looking to repeat in 2018. They got a nice stroke. What a stroke they have.
Well, Nick Kukuru back earlier in the week predicted that Rogue would finish second, as he predicted Backlash would win. So I guess that's kind of out the window with Rogue really pulling away for it. And Rogue is spelled R-O-W, Row, G-U-E, Rogue.
That's right, Nick. I mean, his pick is coming in third. So, Nick, we got to regroup. You know a lot about your sports, but in the rowing world, don't ever underestimate a champion, especially a champion boat load of women. These women work hard, and Rogue is coming in, pulling water. Rogue, your 2017 champion, and they are going to be your 2018 champion. As you can see, it's a triangle. Rogue in the middle. Backlash on the left. Hardcore on the right. And it's going to be Rogue winning by a lot.
The other thing you can actually see is that Rogue just had a straight line out and a straight line in. The other two boats not so much, drifted a little bit.
Absolutely, Rick, you're 100% right. Rogue went straight out, turned the flag, straight back, and here comes Rogue, your 2018 champion. When they hit the beach, they are officially the champs, and at this point, nothing's going to stop them. Your 2017 champion, Rogue. Your 2018 champion, Rogue. There hasn't been a back-to-back champion in men's division since Chaos in 2013, and we have Rogue in the Santa Maria, your 2018 champion, back-to-back titles. Great job, woman. The woman in this boat did a phenomenal job. Back-to-back Rogue. The last team to go back-to-back was actually the 2011 Chaos team. Chaos in 2013, they lost the year before that by a seat length to closing time, but the last of them you went back-to-back was 2011 in the men's division. So congratulations to the woman in Rogue going back-to-back. 2017, 2018, and here comes Hardcore, and here comes Backlash. Great job to all three boats, doing a great job. It's not easy to row these boats. Some people might say, oh, they lost by 3-4 boats or whatever. It doesn't matter. It's very hard to row these boats. The women in the boats that came in second and third will destroy any 10 people that want to jump into a boat right now and try to row against them with no rowing experience. So great job to all three crews, and congratulations to Rogue.
Should also mention, if anybody hasn't seen the history or seen the sailboat races, this originally started as a competition among fishing boats back in the early 1900s when Gloucester had a tremendous fishing fleet. There was a lot of competition among the boats, both to catch fish and to show who was the strongest, fastest, and so on. And they would have, back at the Fiesta, they would have originally one fishing boat would pit its crew against another's in their sailboat races. Now it's evolved into a sport where it's bragging rights for the entire year for the boat that wins.
Absolutely, Rick, and that's a great point to make for our fishermen of today and in the olden days. Those are true men back in the day and what they did. And we want to thank the Fiesta Committee for all that they do. There's many great guys on the Fiesta Committee, pointing out Joe Novello in particular, that's the president. Please make donations to our Fiesta Committee. It's very important to make donations to the Fiesta Committee to keep this great Fiesta going year in and year out. There's not as many fishing vessels, which the fishing vessels used to give a significant donation to the Fiesta Committee, and we don't have those donations anymore. So please make your donations to the Fiesta Committee. Seek out Joe Novello, go on their website and make your donation. Stop into the St. Peter's Club and you'll be pointed in the right direction. So here we go, Greasy Pole Friday 2018, Bona Fiesta, everybody. And we already had a walk. I think that was a quick one. That was Matt Militello. So number 2 here, we have Derek DeCoste. Derek DeCoste, like Rick was saying in the first round, it's a courtesy round, and you cannot take down the flag in the first round. All the walkers will give what they have, but you're not allowed to take it down. Everyone gets one walk, but then in the second round, it's all live to go. And there goes Derek DeCoste. Number 3 up is Leo Canavo. So Leo Canavo is number 3.
Just not good. Yeah.
So Leo Canavo, number 3. The Greasy Pole, about 40 feet in length. The Greasy Pole, as you can see, has a lot of grease on it. There's some apples and oranges mixed in that act like speed bumps. If as you're walking, all of a sudden you step on an apple or step on a orange or whatever it might be. So you have your 2018 Greasy Pole Friday competition. Whoever wins this will advance to Saturday. Last year's Friday champion, Randy Sweet, doing it in easy fashion. He won it easily on Saturday, and on Sunday he walked to the end of the pole this first round. Like we said, you can't take it. He actually stood there, touched the flag, didn't grab it. Second round, he walked out, and he had his only hiccup of the weekend in Jacob Wagner. There goes Leo Canavo, landing on his bum. Next up is Joe D'Amico. Joe D'Amico and Randy Sweet could not get the Triple Crown. The only one ever to do it. Jake Wood, 1999, the first year they started the Friday competition. Jake Wood, Triple Crown, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Stu McGilvery tried it in 2004, won it Friday. He actually won it on Saturday in 2004. Then the GOAT, PETA, Black Frontero, stopped the Triple Crown. And when PETA won it again in 2004, Joe D'Amico just went. Here goes Dominic Novello. You'll see some of these guys come out quick, Rick. Some of them come fast. Dominic Novello, number 5.
Well, you know, it's going to be fairly comfortable weather-wise and climate-wise, because I remember last year the water was cold, the air was cold, and these guys would dunk in there, and some of them would stay in. Of course, they're a little greased up to begin with. Others would just climb right back up to the platform and want to get through. But how many walkers? It looked like there's probably 30 plus walkers out there.
There goes Dominic Novello. Decent walk. Rick, we got 46 walkers today.
Oh, my. So this is going to take a while in the first round.
Yep, 46 walkers, and we're at number 6 right now. Frank Nail. We have a Frankie Nail, a good walker right here. He can't win it in the first round, but they are going to try to take some grease off.
Sure.
We have Frankie Nail up now. Good walker. Frankie Nail. Road, your 2018 Senior Division Women's Champion, 2017, 2018, back-to-back. And there goes Frankie Nail. Next up, Anthony Pelazzola. So here we go with Anthony Pelazzola. He's up next. You'll see different techniques for different walkers. The pole is 40 feet in length approximately. A lot of grease, and you can see in the beginning some grease has already been taken off. Greasy Pole Friday, 2018, Bona Fiesta, Streamography, and the St. Peter's app, and there goes Anthony Pelazzola. Next up, Cam DeCoste. Cam DeCoste, a good walker, has come close many times. So close, but so far.
Should point out that Friday, I'm sorry, John, but Friday is the opening, the official opening of Fiesta, and St. Peter will be carried, the statue of St. Peter will be carried around the block from and through the fort by the St. Peter's members. And starts around 8 o'clock. It'll be after the Greasy Pole competition, and it's fun to watch, and it's a devotion for many of the fishermen's wives and the fishermen themselves, who still give a lot of homage to St. Peter for bringing the men home.
There goes Tampa Coast, a little bit over halfway, and thank you for that, Rick. No doubt about it. St. Peter, that's what this is all about. St. Peter, there's just so many great parts of this fiesta with the Greasy Pole, with the same boats, with the church events. We also have I'm going blank on here, Rick.
Well,
we also have the parade. That's one of my favorites.
Parade is on Sunday.
The parade's amazing.
You have the outdoor mass at noontime, as the mayor was mentioning.
Whoa, and there goes. Whoa,
who's that?
That one was Brendan Chipperini. He kind of just ate the pole.
All right, and
Mike Fischette.
Go ahead.
Next up is Mike Fischette, Rick. Take off here.
Outdoor mass on Sunday, but also for the kids, there is a carnival at St. Peter's Square that has all kinds of rides for the adults as well. And you can partake of the restaurants and the lounges. Ouch.
Mike Fischette
he won't forget that, will he?
Yep, 25-foot drop down on low tide. That's a disadvantage for low tide.
Mike's name is pronounced Forget, but it's spelled forget with 2 G's, I believe, and 2 T's.
It is. He wants to forget that hit, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
Mike Jacobs Jr., who is going to be a 2018 winner to advance to Saturday. Who is it going to be? We have a lot of great walkers. On Friday. Going to Saturday, where there's a lot of good walkers on Saturday. And whoever wins on Saturday. And there goes another. That was Mike Jacobs Jr. Now we have Joe Pacheco. Up next. Who is going to get the championship Sunday? You can see the crowd. We have a big crowd for a Friday. On a Saturday and Sunday, it gets bigger and bigger. Who's going to take off some grease? You can see the front of the pole, the first quarter of the pole. The grease is gone. There's a lot of grease, 40 feet in length. The coveted flag at the end. Cannot grab it in the first round. It's the courtesy round. Joe Pacheco. We're waiting on Joe Pacheco. Everyone has different running styles or walking styles. Some will take a little longer. And there goes Joe Pacheco. Ooh, and he ate some pole.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
You can see the boats hanging around. There's the Coast Guard, the harbor master, just making sure everything's okay, that they hit the pole, that they actually come up. There's been situations where they actually had to get them. Kevin Riley up next. We have Kevin Riley. Next up, 2018 champs, Rogue. Senior Division Women's Champions. We have Rogue. Congratulations, 2017, 2018, back-to-back. We're waiting for Kevin Riley to go. He's next up. There goes Kevin, 2 steps and down.
You know, it's hard for an Irishman to win this thing.
Absolutely, I agree with that. Absolutely.
Almost impossible.
Yes. Yep.
Throw them in the back seat. Okay. I'll hang on to this.
So here we go. Next up, we have Dominic Nicastro. He's up next. Let's say, I'm going to say, Rick, let's guess this one. 5 steps. Yeah, 5. Let's see how good we are.
So how far removed is he in the cousin list from you?
It's my cousin Joe's son. There you go. That was about 5 steps. I nailed that.
There you go. You got it.
Next up, Peter Azzaro. Peter Azzaro. Next up. This is Mike Emery, so we must have missed one.
Yeah.
Mike Emery, a favorite to win today. 2018 Friday Greasy Pole.
Let's see how good your handicapping is.
He's going over halfway, at least, if not 3/4 of the way. He's going to take off a lot of grease, Mike Emery.
We just gotta do this for now, and afterwards I'll train.
Mike Emery has come close many times, but yet to grab the flag. You can't panic in the end. Some people panic and they'll dive. When you dive on grease, you're going to go backwards. And there goes Mike Emery like a cannon, and not a bad walk, not as far as I'd like him to get, but it is slippery. Jonathan Moody up next. Jonathan Moody, you can see our drone right above the greasy pole. The drone is right there, perfect view to get someone grabbing that flag. In the first round, you cannot grab the flag. 46 walkers. He's stuck. He is stuck. He can get up.
Yeah, here we go.
Get up. Let's see if he gets up. It's slippery as can be. He's going to try to do it. He's up. Whoop, it's slippery. Jonathan Moody, can he do it? Whoa! He's hanging on.
He's not going to let go.
Not going to let go. There he goes. Jonathan Moody.
Well, that was a lot of effort to get nowhere, but he wasn't going to quit.
Nope. Leo DiMercurio up next. Leo DiMercurio.
Once you settle in, I'll go. Let me know when you're good.
Streamography and the St. Peter's app.
Yeah, the Harbor Master and the Coast Guard. Oh, who's the next walker?
Oh, there we go. Leo DiMercurio doing the 2-step.
And a
nice little walk. Next up, we have one of the favorites, Cody Zappa. Dakota Zappa comes close every year.
Real challenge for the Coast Guard and the Harbor Master during the Fiesta. There are a lot of boaters who abide by the rules, and there's always 1 or 2 clunkheads who don't. But the police boat, the Harbor Master, and the Coast Guard do a terrific job in keeping the waters safe out here.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. They put a lot of time and effort into making sure. And there goes Cody Zappa. There he is.
Nice.
There
nice
it is.
Run.
Nice walk. Ooh. He's one of the favorites. Mike Emery or Cody Zappa. One of those two are our picks to take it down, or at least my pick. There we go. Al Millefogli up next. Al Millefogli and Max Millefogli going back to back.
So are any of these walkers, these are first time? No, excuse me. These are not champions, no champions in the Friday round, correct?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep. No, Friday, nobody has won it yet. If they win Friday, they get to Saturday. If they win, someone wins on Saturday, they get to Championship Sunday.
Well, it's probably a good thing you have 363 days to recover after some of these falls, and you sort of don't remember how difficult it was when you come back and do it the next year, because some of these falls, they look like you hurt.
Exactly. Max Millefogli up next.
No way, they do hurt.
No doubt. No doubt about it. Next up is Jimmy Frontero. Jimmy Frontero up next. 2018 Friday Greasy Pole. Jimmy Frontero up in the first round, the courtesy round.
Should remind people to check in on the app too. You can check in and check in with Andrew and let people know where you're watching this from. As John has been mentioning, obviously a broadcast to the world, but last year I remember we had people checking in from coast to coast, and do that again today, please, and we'll give you a shout out.
Yeah, we're looking at our shout outs. If we have any shout outs, give us you go right on the St. Peter's app and let us know where you're from and what you want to say, and we'll give you a shout out on the air on the St. Peter's app. So here we go. Next up, did we miss one there? We have Yep, that was Andre Andrea Saputo just went there, and next up, Gabriel Castiello. ...2018 Friday Greasy Pole. Trying to get tomorrow, 2018 Saturday Greasy Pole. Whoever wins today goes to Saturday. It's going to be a fun day. And there he goes, a great walk, a little bit over halfway. That's going to be one to watch in the second round. One to watch. Nick Browning up next. Nick Browning.
I'm having trouble loading the app. I'm trying to get to the shout-outs, but the app isn't loading, so we'll keep working on it.
Nick Browning up now. Waiting for Nick Browning to go. Bona Fiesta, everybody. 2018 St. Peter's Fiesta. If you're watching your app on your phone and you're near a restaurant, Jalapenos Restaurant has this event live at their bar. The Gloucester House and Blue Collar, the Linquata family, they have it going on at their restaurant. Tremendous seafood, tremendous everything. They have function rooms. They have it all there. We also have Drift.
All right, John, we're gonna let Andrew read some of the shout-outs because he's able to connect.
Here we go, Andrew.
Thank you, gents. So I have a shout-out here from Pete Flanagan from Brunswick, Ohio. Born and raised in Gloucester, he said. This app is great. Couldn't use it last year, but now he's using it this year. Thank you, Pete. Next we have Nick Rodolosi in Stuart, Florida. So many great memories growing up in Gloucester with the Fiesta. My grandfather, Captain Nick Novella, was on the committee and always had tickets for me and his cousins. Viva. All right. And next we have Karen DeQuardo in
There we go. It's a nice and steady walk here. Sorry to interrupt, Andrew. We wanted to give some of these guys props as they're walking.
So yeah, Karen DeQuardo, Beulah, Colorado. She lives in Colorado but grew up in Gloucester. I've been coming back to visit family, and she enjoys the Fiesta. Brought up the grandchildren and children to share and enjoy. Buona Fiesta.
Nick Favazza up now. Just went last was Tyler White before Tyler, Mark Scholes, and Nick Kukuru. So here we go. Nick Favazza. Mark Horgan giving us a shout out. He's stuck in traffic on Route 95. And he said, I love the St. Peter's app. I'm glad I can still watch the Greasy Pole. My favorite this year is Santo Parisi. Viva. Well, Mark Horgan, if you're stuck in traffic, buddy, Nicastro's driving school would not have you watching it, so you should be pulling over.
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
But we know you're probably pulled over. So
okay.
Watching the app, though, Mark Horgan stuck in traffic on Route 95. I'm sorry you get stuck in traffic. We'll see you when you get home.
We got helicopters out here and boats and drones.
Joe Sanfilippo, I think that was. It just went Joe Sanfilippo. And next up is Joe Falzerano. Joe Falzerano up next on deck. Mike McCormick, but Joe Falzerano up. 2018 Greasy Pole. Who's going to take it down? Who's going to advance to Saturday? Rogue, 2018 Women's Senior Division champions. Congratulations. And now we're into the Greasy Pole first round, courtesy round. Mike McCormick on deck. Joe Falzerano walking. Joe Falzerano. Joe Falzerano. There he goes in his costume. I'm not sure what that was, but it was a costume.
Yeah, I think if I were to do that, I'd be dressed like the Pillsbury Doughboy. I mean, you know, why not have some padding?
Absolutely.
And you float when you hit the water.
Yeah. So now we have up Mike McCormick on deck. Nick Muse. Mike McCormick up. Nick Muse on deck. This is the courtesy round. We're getting down to the end. Second round is live. Anybody can take it. Anybody can be the Friday 2018 champion. There goes Mike McCormick, barely making it off the platform. Now up Nick Muse on deck. Jeremy Harrington. Nick Muse up. Jeremy Harrington on deck. Nick Muse is up. Nick Muse, Jeremy Harrington on deck. Who is going to be the Friday winner advancing to Saturday? There goes Nick Muse. Next up, Jeremy Harrington on deck. Christian Sanfilippo. Here we go. Jeremy Harrington on deck. Christian Filippo. Bona Fiesta. St. Peter's Fiesta 2018. Greasy pole. Many people love the Greasy pole. It's entertaining to watch. 40-foot pole loaded with grease. And there goes Jeremy Harrington. Next up is Christian Sanfilippo on deck. Tyler Rogers. Christian Sanfilippo up. Tyler Rogers on deck. We're getting down to the end of the first round. Going into the second round. Anyone can take it down. The courtesy round. Nobody can take it. It's all trying to get grease off and showing what you have. Tyler Rogers. Drew Aiello on deck. Tyler Rogers. Off fast. Next up, Drew Aiello. Santo Parisi on deck. Drew Aiello up. Santo Parisi on deck. We're getting down the end. Next up, Santo Parisi with Tyler Ingersoll on deck. Santo Parisi's up. Another good walker. Santo Parisi's definitely capable of taking this down. Santo Parisi.
So how many of the Nicastro brothers have walked the Greasy pole?
I think I'm the only one that actually walked it live, like on Fiesta Saturday. So it's not easy.
When was that?
No doubt. It was in I did same boats a few years, and then I did Greasy pole for 5 or 6 years. So in the mid to late 90s.
So what's the most number of rounds you went through Greasy pole? 2, 3, 4?
I would say, whoa, there goes Santo Parisi. He is a favorite. I would say there's been times that the Greasy, like it's gone 4 or 5 rounds. Yeah, but typically it's on Sunday, it's typically 2-3 rounds maximum. Saturday, typically 3, maximum 4. So Friday could go a while.
What's your memory of your walking? How'd you make out?
I did much better when we actually used to come here as cousins, and we would get grease from tallies and put grease on it.
Okay.
And you actually think that you'd walk, you would be a good walker, because we used to walk to the end of the pole, which would be difficult. But there's so much grease on there. The furthest I ever made it was halfway, and it's not easy. It's very, very difficult.
So were you sore the next few days?
There was a couple times that I hit the wrong way, and I was definitely sore.
Well, I know that there'll be kids on the Greasy pole all summer long. Once the grease gets worn off, they'll be out there practicing for 10, 15 years down the road.
Absolutely. Chris Clancy, I believe, is the next one up with Johnny Interanti on deck. But actually, John Interanti actually had a baby today, so congratulations to John Interanti. So I don't think he's up there. I think John Interanti is in the hospital with his new baby. So congratulations to John Interanti. So a shout out to him and his wife and the new baby. And I hope you're watching it on the app. And we're up with Chris Lavasco up, Chris Paul on deck. Chris Lavasco is up, Chris Paul on deck. And we're almost at the end. We have 3 more walkers, and then we are going to round 2. Anyone can take it. 2018 Friday Greasy pole. Who's going to take it down to advance to Saturday? Saturday's going to be loaded with competition on the pole, with competition in the same boats, as we have a Saturday same boat race when you have Forze Fiore edging out Chaos in an incredible race. Wednesday you have Iron Village and you have the old champs. Now up Chris Paul. Chris Paul with Frank Taramina on deck, the last 2 walkers of the courtesy round.
I noticed that the observation boats, all the civilians out there watching the events on the water, they seem to be a little bit further away from the pole than they usually are. Maybe it's just our position. Well, look at
there goes Chris Paul. Nice walk. Nice and steady.
I wonder if the committee and the safety people have moved the boats a little bit further away from the Greasy pole than they usually are. You know, does that look like it to you?
It does, Rick. They look like the boats are a little further away. Typically, they're like right on top of them.
Right.
But there's a lot of boats out there for Friday, but it's beautiful weather. It's a gorgeous day on Pavilion Beach.
Notice in years past, too, here comes another walker.
Here goes Frank Taramina. Nice walk.
Very nice.
He's a good walker.
In years past, there have been state police on skidoos out there, but they're not this time. which makes sense. You've got a little flatboat over here on the right that's a safety vessel.
Oops, sorry, Rick. First round is over, and now we're going to the second round. It's live. Anyone that takes it down is the winner, advances to Saturday on Greasy Pole, St. Peter's Fiesta 2018 Saturday competition. So you have our first walker, Matt Militello. Matt Militello off the pole quick. Second walker, Derek DeCoste. He's a good walker. Okay, so here we go. Matt Militello. Matt Militello right now. Matt Militello, the first walker of the second round. It's live to go. Anytime it comes down now, the courtesy round's over. Who's going to advance to Saturday? Who is going to do it? Last year, Randy Sweet, 2017 champion on Friday. 2017 champion on Saturday. And then Jacob Wagner on Championship Sunday, the Super Bowl of the weekend, stole the show in which he took down a Sunday title. Jacob Wagner, thousands of people watching, and there goes Matt Militello. He's stuck. He's going to try to get up. Let's see what happens, people. Let's take the odds. He's trying to get up. He's using every bit of energy he has. He's trying to get up right now. There goes a little bit of a slip. He's standing up. Can he do this? He needs about 9 more steps. He's in a perfect running position. Let's see what he got. 1, 2. There he goes. Back flip. Nice flip. 25 feet down. And good entertainment. Mark Horgan on Route 95. What'd you think of it, Marky?
Sound like the Red Sox home crowd looking for that third strike from Chris Kimball in the bottom of the ninth.
Absolutely.
I mean, the top of the ninth. Yeah, they were rooting him on, and you can get up once you fall like that on the pole, as long as you don't leave the pole.
That's right.
All right.
Derek DeCoste. There he goes. Derek DeCoste, the second walker. A good walker, no doubt, has what it takes to take it down. And there goes Derek DeCoste. Next up, Leo Canavo. Leo Canavo up next. Leo Canavo.
Hey, John. We're gonna do some shout outs here, all right? All right, so we have Sheila Orlando, living right here in Gloucester, Mass. Yes, a native. She will be at the women's sailboat races taking some photos. Her family's rowing with the Backlash team. Best of luck to all the teams. Next we have Mike Favazza. And we have Nikki Gordon from Swartz Creek, Michigan. She says she's missing her hometown of Gloucester. We have Mike O'Malley in Tampa, Florida, saying a big ol' Viva, tuning in from Tampa. Thomas Shalufo from Las Vegas, Nevada.
Let me interrupt you quick, Andrew. Here goes Leo Canavo. Leo Canavo. Okay, Andrew, take it over.
Tom Shalufo saying he hopes all is well, and saying he can't believe he's watching live from Vegas. Thank you very much, my man.
Next up, Joe D'Amico.
What if that Mike O'Malley is the Mike O'Malley I know, a former colleague of mine? If it is, Mike, how are you? This is pretty cool.
Here we go, Joe D'Amico.
6 of Gloucester's finest walking in lockstep off to our right. I'm going to keep my eye on this.
Joe D'Amico, about halfway. Good walk by Joe D'Amico. Next up, Dominic Novello.
Oh, we have a person down. Another we've seen one person carried off in an ambulance already on a stretcher tonight, right here on the beach, and the police officers and the fire department is over attending to another person who's prone on the rocks over to our right.
It's hot out today, people. We need to hydrate ourselves. Dominic Novello up, the second round, 2018 Friday competition, the Greasy Pole. Here we go. Dominic Novello wants to take it down. Dominic has had some good walks through the years. He can pull one out, no doubt. He isn't as consistent as some of the others, but he does have an occasional really good walk. And he usually has one a year. Can that good walk take him to the end of the 40-foot pole with the flag at the end? The Italian flag. He's looking at that flag. It's so close, so far. Dominic Novello taking his time. Peter Black Frontero used to do the same thing, 9-time champion, one of the best. And there goes Dominic Novello. He had a little hiccup. Usually when you lose balance, you don't get it back. There's only been a couple through the years that would regain their composure. Peter Black Frontero, one of them. Jake Wood, another. Two of the greats. Peter Black Frontero, one of the all-time champs.
That person who is being attended to is okay, so we're glad to see that. Fire department and police officers here in Gloucester in abundance here at the Pavilion Beach, on the waterfront, in the harbor, in Gloucester.
Frankie Nail, another good walker. Frankie Nail can take this down. Frank Nail, a 40-foot pole, grease, half of the pole, the grease is gone. The good walkers are going to go through that now and get to the end, and they'll be about 4 steps away from a championship on Friday.
And for anybody who's thinking green, the grease that they use is 100% biodegradable. Used to be axle grease as we watch this walker. There we go.
There goes Frankie Nail. Frankie Nail. He's a good walker. Not good enough today, though.
Many years ago, it was axle grease out there, and that stuff would be on Pavilion Beach for months at a time, and it would be really tough to swim in. Well, you couldn't swim in these waters at one time anyway. The harbor was so polluted. But this stuff now is very biodegradable, and within a week or so, it's gone.
Yep, that's a good point, Rick. You have, we got a shout out from Dubsy, Adam Hale. He's watching from the yacht club, and he calls himself Adam 2-Step, and I think you're giving yourself too many steps, Dubs. Yeah, Adam 1-Step. Okay, so, but anyway, here we go. Anthony Pelazzola, there he goes, Anthony Pelazzola, and next up, Cam DeCoste. People don't blink. Cam DeCoste comes out like a rocket ship. Similar to Cliffy Carlson in the day, a champion on Sunday. You got to watch closely. He comes out fast. He comes out of the gate fast, just like Vinny Parisi, another champion. He comes fast out of the gates. He starts back a little further than most walkers. Some walkers start close up, and some walkers will start back. Cam DeCoste starts back. He likes to get a running start, gets his balance, and if he comes out well and he gets to the halfway point, Cam DeCoste can take this down. Cam DeCoste, 2018, greasy pole, someone that can take it down. Half of the guys up there are up there for fun. Think that they might be able to win it. There's only a handful that really have a shot. I hate to say it.
You love to say it. What are you talking about? That's what makes it so cool, because only a select few can get out there to the end.
Here we go. Cam DeCoste. Cam DeCoste, 2018, second round. Can he take it down? He's taking his time. You're going to see the big-time walkers right now. There he goes, Cam DeCoste out of the gate. He's at the halfway point, a little bit of a wall. Cam DeCoste, 3/4 of the way. Cam DeCoste, he comes out like a rocket ship. Just a little bit short. About 3 more strides, he would have had it. Cam DeCoste to the 3/4 point. Just shy. Cam DeCoste, so close, hoping to get another walk. Next up, Brendan Ciparini. Brendan Ciparini up next. Who's going to get to Saturday to face some champions from Friday last year? Who's going to get there? A lot of good walkers on Saturday, and the best on Sunday. Championship Sunday. The big-time walkers. And there goes Brendan Ciparini coming out nice and slow, nice steady state. He's starting to pick up his pace. There goes Brendan Ciparini halfway. He got good walk by Brendan. Great job, Brendan. And here comes Mike Fichette. Mike Fichette, he has his good walks also. His grandfather, one of the great walkers of all time, Salvie Benson. Salvie Benson, one of the greats. Arguably the best of all time. Some people would call him the GOAT. Some people would call Peter Frontero the GOAT. Peter Frontero, I watched walk. I didn't get the pleasure of watching Salvie walk in his prime, even though he does occasionally still get up there, which is impressive. But Peter Black Frontero, a 9-time champion, 1984, 1987. Whoop, there goes Mike Fichette with the steady wobble. He's going one way, he's going the other. Mike Fichette at the 3/4 point. Mike Fichette ran out of gas. Good walk, though, by Mike Fichette. That pole is wobbling. But let's get back to Peter Black Frontero, 1984, 1987, 1988, 1989, 1990, 1991, 1992, 1993, 7 in a row. And again in 2004, Peter Black Frontero, 9-time champion, 7 in a row. And Mike Fischette, the grandson of Salvi Benson, just had a really good walk, one of the better walks of the day. And next up, Mike Jacobs Jr. We just got another shout out here, and let's see who we have. Oh, there goes. We don't want to miss anyone here, so we're going to go back to that one. Chris Smith. Hey, Chris, how are you, buddy? But Chris Smith's on a tug not too far away, but he's watching the streaming app. He's not close enough to watch the poll, but he just gave us a shout out. Chris, nice to hear from you, pal. I'm glad you're watching the app. I'm glad that we have the app from you, Streamography, and the St. Peter's app. Next up, Joe Pacheco, 2018. Joe Pacheco, second round, Greasy pole competition, trying to advance to Saturday. Last year, 2017 champ, Randy Sweet, Friday. There goes Joe Pacheco, and he's off. Next up is Kevin Riley, 2017 champ last year. Randy Sweet. Randy did it on Saturday as well. And then Jacob Wagner stole the show on Sunday, ending the three-peat. And there goes Kevin Riley. Next up, Dominic Nicastro. I think it's Dominic Nicastro. Dominic Nicastro up next. 2018 Greasy pole. Who's going to take it down to get to Saturday? A big Saturday coming up. Greasy pole. Eliminations.
Yeah, we'll have all that for you tomorrow, starting about the same time as today, around 4:45 in the afternoon.
There goes Dominic Nicastro. 1 step less than last time. He had 5 the first time, and he went down to 3 steps. And next up, Peter Azzaro. Peter Azzaro. We want to thank our sponsors while we're sitting here. We have the Gloucester House Restaurant and Blue Collar. We have Jalapenos Restaurant. We also have Bank Gloucester, Cape Ann Savings Bank. We also have Neptune Harvest. And all, thank you for sponsoring the St. Peter's app and Streamography. 2018, and there goes Peter Azzaro. Mike Emery, people, hold your breath. Mike Emery. This is one of the favorites today. Mike Emery, a heavy favorite to win on Fiesta Friday. He's come close every single year. This isn't horseshoes. You don't get a point for coming close. Mike Emery, 2018 Friday. Can he take it down? 2018 Friday. Can we put the word champion on it right now? 40-foot pole. The grease is off about half, a little bit more than half. The Italian flag at the end. Mike Emery, 2018. Can he be? There goes Mike Emery halfway. He had a little bit of hiccup, and he got 3/4 of the way. And once again, Mike Emery can't close the deal. As he went halfway, he had a little hiccup at the halfway point. Rebalance just a tad was not enough. As Mike Emery once again got to the 3/4 point, but not close enough. Jonathan Moody, another favorite. Jonathan Moody, can he take it down? 2018, a really good walker. Mike Emery, so close once again.
This is such a strange sporting event, John, because you have all this energy expended, as we just saw Mike do. Almost made it out to the end. Fell hard again. Did a double flip, hit the water, hard again. Then you got to tread water for a while to get back over to the platform.
Oh, no.
Here's a, well, let's watch this one.
Jonathan Moody holding on, and there it goes.
So then you got to swim back over to the platform pilings, and then you've got to climb back up 30 feet and wait half an hour for your next turn. So it's a very unusual sporting event in terms of getting your muscles ready and getting your psyche ready.
Absolutely. Leo DiMercurio up next. And another thing, Rick, is low tide, you actually have to pull yourself up on the ladder, and there's all kinds of barnacles that do not feel well when you're pulling yourself up. You can slice your hand wide open. So you have Leo DiMercurio coming up. Leo DiMercurio, Andrew, I would hold your breath on this one. I know we got shout-outs, but we have Leo DiMercurio and Cody Zappa.
All right.
This could go down.
There he goes.
There goes Leo DiMercurio. Now up, Cody Zappa, a heavy favorite. He has come close every single year. Every walk, he has a good walk. He rarely makes it less than half to 3/4 of the way. He comes so close every year. Is Cody Zappa, Dakota Zappa, the little brother of Jake Wood, one of the all-time champs. Cody Zappa, Dakota Zappa. We're going to get to our shout-outs right after this. No disrespect to the guys on deck. It's Al and Max Millifogli. You guys are good walkers, but Cody Zappa. Cody Zappa. There he goes, Cody Zappa. He's got the balance. He can balance a little bit. There goes Cody Zappa. He's at the halfway point. But Cody Zappa once again just missed it. He just missed it. Cody Zappa, the best walk of the day, one step away. Cody Zappa, one step. Take it over, Andrew. We got the Millifogli boys coming up.
All right, so we got some shout-outs here with Ann Palazzola coming from West Columbia, South Carolina. With a name like Palazzola, where else would she be from? Big shout-out to all the walkers, especially her nephew, Anthony Palazzola. Good luck to all of them. Josh Silva here from Richmond, Virginia. I'm from Gloucester, but couldn't make it this year. Putting money away to make it next year, baby. Shout out to Mike Chims at home watching with big bowl of Mama Rosie's.
There goes Al Millifogli. Not bad, Al. Next up is Max Millifogli.
Good try, Fonzie. Good try. Colton Rivas watching from San Diego. Viva, missing home right now. She thinks Randy Sweet is taking it on Sunday.
Great pick. Great pick. Randy Sweet could definitely take it on Sunday. Absolutely.
Sarah Mahoney coming in, watching from Gloucester. Love that I am watching from my couch.
Jim Frontiero up. Jim Frontiero. I got a shout out here, Andrew. Some people even throwing him onto Facebook. But, oh, there goes Jimmy Frontiero flying. We have Taylor Burbine overseas. He's in Taiwan. Next up, Taylor, we'll get right back to you. We have Andrea Saputo. Oh, Jim Frontiero's right here. Sorry, Jim. Okay, so Jim Frontero, Max Millifogli was the last one. Max came flying out. Should have known it because Max a fast walker. Jimmy Frontero.
Jerry Labasco saying, Johnny, you're doing a good job, and he misses you.
Thank you. I miss you
too,
Jerry.
He wishes he was here. Viva.
I wish you were here too. Get you a drink. There goes Jim Frontero. Good walk, Jim. Good walk.
Shout-outs are brought to you by Neptune's Harvest, Cranny Home Services, and Jalapenos. Go and check out our sponsors, okay?
Andrea Saputo up. Andrea Saputo. Who's going to be your 2018 Friday champ? Who's it going to be? There's been some big walks. Our favorites have lived up to expectation, as in giving us a good walk, but they cannot take down the crowd. Stop being a favorite and become a champion. And you'll be a favorite on Saturday.
You tell the kids that in the dugout? Do the same thing?
I try.
Stop being a challenger and go be a champion?
It's so
Stop
hard.
Being a favorite. I like that. Stop being a favorite, be the champion.
It is so hard to do. It's so easy to say.
Oh, yeah.
And here we go. Up next, Gabriel Castiello. And there's a horn from the ocean. What a beautiful day. St. Peter's Fiesta 2018.
The water's actually even gotten calmer.
Unbelievable.
Not much of a breeze at all. Very nice.
Absolutely gorgeous day. They're calling for beautiful weather again tomorrow. The Fiesta Committee, if you have time, make a donation to the Fiesta Committee. It's a lot of money to run this fiesta. Back in the day, they used to get sponsors from the fishing vessels, and unfortunately there's not as many fishing vessels as there was back in the day. And there goes, whoa, there he goes. He got a little burst at the end and just missed it. Good walk by Gabriel Castiello. Next up, Nick Browning.
If you're coming into Gloucester later on, after the events and you're watching this live video streaming through Streamography and through MSO News Sports, the mayor of Gloucester, Safathi Romeo Taken, suggests park at Stage Fort Park. There's plenty of parking up there, and it's a gorgeous, beautiful short walk along the boulevard from Stage Fort Park over to St. Peter's Square and all the restaurants along Roger Street and Main Street as well.
Definitely good advice. If you're going to try to find a spot downtown, you're going to have some trouble. So it is a good spot to park up there. There's plenty of parking up there, and it's not a bad walk. Even if you're going to walk down, it's actually a beautiful walk. And there goes Nick Brown, and you can see that there's not a lot of grease on it, so a lot of our walkers are getting to the halfway point. Aaron Aiello up next. Aaron Aiello, 2018. Who's going to get to Saturday? 2018. Bona Fiesta, the St. Peter's Fiesta, the St. Peter's app with Streamography. Who's going to be your Friday 2018 champion to advance to Saturday? Who's it going to be? Tomorrow is going to be loaded with great competition, and there goes. You can see now pretty much all walkers are getting to that halfway point. Okay, Nick Walker is Nick Kukuru. Everyone is pretty much getting to the halfway point at this.
Yeah, but
point.
This isn't our Nick Kukuru, is it? This is
no, definitely
it's
not. No.
It's not the sports editor Nick Kukuru that we all know and love. This is another Nick Kukuru that we all maybe don't know but love.
Yep, Nick Kukuru.
Other people, you know, John, when you watch baseball, football, whatever it is, you say, I can do that. I can do that. You think there are people on the beach saying, what's wrong with these people? I could do that.
I think every year people watching this say, I'm going to do it next year. And again, it's so easy to say, well, you can do it. You can go sign up for it.
I'm saying the opposite. I could never do that. No. You know what? Even when all the grease is gone, later on in the middle of a month from now, nope.
And you'll hear people on the beach quick to criticize someone that's 5-6 steps, and it's not that easy, people. It really isn't. Oh, and there's a hard hit of the ribs. There could be a broken rib right there. And you have up next, Mark Scholes. Up next, Mark Scholes.
Well, same thing is true of the rowers, as the junior women will be rowing next. But for the senior women and the senior men and all the rowers, it's a tremendously exerting sport. I know for the men, there's some big dudes, and they get bigger every year, it seems. But they have to also work in concert. And for people to say, I can do that, you should think twice about that, really.
No doubt about it. Walking's not easy, and here goes Mark Scholes. Slow and steady. The American flag short, slow and steady. You're seeing now pretty much all walkers, as long as you concentrate now, if you know how to walk, you're going to have some good results. But when you get to that grease, it's still some thick grease on there. You have about 3 to 4 strides of thick grease. Tyler White, be careful of Tyler White right now. Good athlete. He came out steady, and he's going steady. He's at the point of he's going to stop. All right, Tyler. Next up is Nick Favazza. Nick Favazza up next. Who is going to be our 2018 Friday champion to get to Saturday? Last year, Randy Sweet. Friday champion, Saturday champion, then Jacob Wagner. 2018 Fiesta Sunday, Championship Sunday, the Super Bowl, where the big show starts. Thousands and thousands of people on the beach. Thousands and thousands across the boulevard and the Fort Playground. And we had close to 30,000 people watching on the apps across the world. Jacob Wagner, 2017 Sunday champion, the biggest day of it all. Friday champion, great. Saturday champion, great. The Sunday title is the biggest of all. Super Bowl Sunday, Championship Sunday. Next up, Joe Sanfilippo, a good walker. Be careful here with Joe Sanfilippo. You will have an applaud. You will have an outbreak on the beach if he takes it down. A lot of Sanfilippo. A lot of Sanfilippos here. There's many people that would love to see him take it down, including myself. Joe Sanfilippo, 2018 right now. Joe Sanfilippo, 2018. Can I add on to the end? Champion, Friday, 2018, Joe Sanfilippo. Can he be a champion? You can see him, he's at the edge, rocking back and forth. He's a good walker. 2018, Joe Sanfilippo. There we go, Joe. Take one down, buddy. Get your balance. This is it, buddy. Here he comes. He comes out slow and steady. He went off tap. He got his balance back. He's coming back. He got it steady. And a good walk, Joe. Regained his balance twice, but unfortunately got to the heavy grease. Next up, Joe Falzerano. 2018, Joe Falzerano. Who's going to get to Saturday? We have a great same boat race tomorrow. Iron Village came in second in 2017 to the merger. And there goes Joe Falzerano. Next up, Mike McCormick. Iron Village came in second to the merger, who was your 2017 champion last year, where the merger destroyed the field. Forza Furia also advanced yesterday, and there goes Mike McCormick. Forza Furia won a battle against Chaos in Elimination Wednesday. They were your 2016 champion. They're back this year. They thought they had a chance of repeating last year. They might have even felt a little too confident, I don't know. But they have a different look in their eye this year, no doubt about it. Forza Furia is back, going up against Iron Village and the old champs, who won in a close race, controversial race. But old champs with a boatload of champions and legends in the rowing industry, some of the greats ever, are back and see what they can do. Can they make some adjustments? And there goes our next walker, Mike McCormick. Next walk, actually that was Nick Muse, sorry. Next walker is Jeremy Tarrington. So same boats, we got the old champs. We have Iron Village. And we have Forza Furia. And the merger. And there goes Jeremy Harrington. Next up, Christian Sanfilippo. The merger. Your 2017 champion. A boat with Morrisseys and Gigalonis. And then you have the Scuttler, Joe Belbo. One of the greats, if not the best in the industry. But you have the merger, and there goes Christian Sanfilippo. And next up, you're going to have Tyler Rogers with Drew Aiello on deck.
Got those former high school athletes out there. Terrific athletes. Baseball player Rogers particularly, Sanfilippo, a couple of sports, including football.
The merger, 2017 same boat champs. But here we go with Tyler Rogers on the greasy pole right now. Is there anything that he can do to take this down? Tyler Rogers came out of the gate wobbly, and that's about it. You got to have a good start, just like same boats. Drew Aiello up next. To get back to same boats, your champion is the merger from 2017 with one of the most impressive victories, if not the most impressive victory in the history of same boats. And there goes Drew Aiello. There he goes. He's going off, Drew Aiello, and he just gets onto the three-quarter point. Santo Parisi, another really good walker. Santo Parisi. Santo Parisi can easily take this down. Santo Parisi can easily be your 2018 champion. Santo Parisi. Here we go. Santo Parisi. Watching closely. His friends will have a nice for him tonight if he wins. Santo Parisi. 2018. Santo Parisi. His brother Vinny Parisi, a champion. Vinny Parisi. Can Santo do it as well? 2018. Santo Parisi. As the crowd gets quiet, getting ready to watch one of our next favorites today. Santo Parisi. Can he take it down? Mark Horgan's watching on 95, one of his good friends. He has family all over this world. One of the true Italians. And there goes Santo Parisi with a great start out of the gate. He's at the halfway point, three-quarter point, and he just missed it. Mark Horgan on 95. Three-quarters of the way, more than three-quarters of the way.
That was one of the more spectacular falls at the end of it. But he came right back up to the surface, thank goodness.
Next up is Tyler Ingersoll. Tyler Ingersoll up next.
Is there a celebration at the St. Peter's Club for the winner? How's that work?
Yeah, well, typically they're gonna get carried up the beach.
Yeah.
And they go into the St. Peter's Club, no doubt, for a cocktail or two, and then it depends on what they're going to do. Some might stay at the club, and some of them go out with their friends and family.
Now, the awards are on Sunday night. Is the Friday night winner, does he get his award on Sunday night as well?
Yep. They all get their championships.
Everything's on Sunday night, the award ceremony. Okay.
Yep.
And again, the official opening of the St. Peter's Fiesta is tonight. I think it's at 8 o'clock. I don't have my sheet in front of me. But it's the official opening, and you will see, if you're here, the statue of St. Peter's will be carried out from St. Peter's Club around the block, I think it's a small parade that goes around. It'll go around Fort Square, and it'll be put up on the altar at St. Peter's Square for the duration of the Fiesta.
And there goes Chris Clancy. Chris Clancy just went. Next up, John Interranti, which he's not up there because, like we said, we're going to give him another shout out. He had a baby today, so congratulations to John Interranti. He won't be walking today, so congratulations to him.
Right at the very end, right after the winner, we want to cut to some video commercials because we haven't been able to sneak any in.
Okay.
So tomorrow we have Iron Village, Forza Furia, in the old champs. An incredible same boat race. 2 out of the 3 will advance to face off against the 2017 merger, which some are saying is unbeatable. I have to differ with that, because anybody can be beat on any given Sunday, as good as they are. Chris Paul's up next. But the merger, everyone remembers that 2017 race where they destroyed the field. Forza Fury, a 2016 champ, lost by a lot of boats. One of the engine room, John Francis, is on Forza Fury. He's a little bit leaner. He's got a little bit different look in his eye. Forza Fury looks a little bit different this year. And there goes Chris Paul. Chris Paul, steady, in the Iron Village. A boatload of guys. They all work out on all the boats. Iron Village. Feel that they have the endurance. Feel that they can go stroke for stroke, that they can have more endurance than you. We're going to see what happens tomorrow.
I want to thank all of our sponsors again. Excuse me, John. Cape Ann Savings Bank, Neptune's Harvest, Gloucester House and Blue Collar Restaurants, Cranny Home Services, Jalapenos, and Bank Gloucester. Thank you so much for helping out and enabling us to put this broadcast on.
Thank you, Rick. Thank you for that. Our sponsors, big shout out to our sponsors all the time. And there goes Frank Taramina. Frank Taramina! If you blink, you miss it. Frank Taramina with an incredible grab. The 2018 Friday champion, Frank Taramina. An incredible grab. Frank Taramina slided his. Frank Taramina, long arms, long legs, and what a grab. What that was, Rick.
We got to see that on the replay, because it looked to me like he grabbed it while he was actually off the pole. He had fallen and grabbed it from the other side.
I think you're right, Rick. He was flying and backhanded it, and backhand grabs in softball and baseball are difficult. A backhand grab with a greasy pole flag is very difficult. But your 2018 Friday champion, Frank Taramina, second round. There will be no third round. He was the last walker of the second round. Frank Taramina, Streamography, and your St. Peter's app.
All right, we're going to take a break here as we watch the winner, Frank Taramina, come in, and we'll be back to wrap this thing up in just a few minutes. This is Streamography.com, and this is the voice of the Fiesta here, John Nicastro.
Elsewhere, it's going to be near 90 degrees, and when you factor in the humidity, this is a look at the heat index at about 2:30 tomorrow afternoon. It's going to feel like it's in the lower 90s, Boston, all the way up into Portsmouth.
like this guy, struggling year in and year out to get that heavy AC back in the window? In only a couple of hours, Cranny Home Services can easily install a sleek ductless split unit so you never have to go through the struggle again. They're far more efficient than traditional air conditioners. Your walls and ceilings won't have to be ripped apart. You'll never have to move it, and it even gives off some heat in the winter. So if you want to learn more about how you can save money and aggravation with the ductless split unit, we'd love to chat with you here at Cranny Home Services. You can give us a call at 1-800-CRANNY or visit our website at Cranny Home Services.
Hey, welcome back to the St. Peter's Act with Streamography. 2018 champion Frank Taramina. Here he comes as you see him coming up onto the beach. He's going to be carried up by the other Greasy Pole walkers. It's a tradition in Greasy Pole that the champion will be carried up beach court, through the beach, on the beach, up beach court. Your 2018 Friday champion Frank Taramina. And there he goes, drinking another Gatorade. What do we have for some shout-outs, Andrew, quick, while we're getting him coming up?
So for shout-outs, thank you very much, Rick. We have Heather Lewis Andrews from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. She missed this and she loves the streaming, gents.
And here he comes, Frank Taramina. This is the tradition, getting carried up the beach, Pavilion Beach, going up beach court. Tradition of the Greasy Pole as he drinks another Diet Coke and another Sprite. He's coming up. Frank Taramina, your 2018 Greasy Pole champion. Frank Taramina, 2018 Greasy Pole champ. Going up, beach court. Frank Taramina, 2018 Greasy Pole champion. Frank Taramina going up, beach court. A tradition. Let's get some more shout-outs.
Thank you, John. So we got Rosie Heaney Bath watching from Tempe, Arizona. Second year in a row missing her favorite week of summer. Viva! And we have cousin Rosaline Balzerini tuning in. She's watching from Gloucester. Elvis and cuz John rule. Of course, Rick does as well. We won't leave him out. Then we have Vanessa Saputo tuning in. Coming from, oh, wait a second, the Intercontinental Champ. I wonder who that is.
That actually wasn't Vanessa. He's probably using her app right now and saying it's Vanessa when it was really Anthony Saputo. He is the Intercontinental Champion. He won it in Gloucester, and he also won it in Terracini.
And this is what he wrote, watching from Gloucester, Mass. From the sexiest man on the Greasy Pole, watching from the Beauport Hotel deck.
That's what he does. Anthony Saputo, the Intercontinental Champion, self-proclaimed sexiest man in the universe.
Hayden Foley, watching from New Hampshire. Shout out to Cam DeCoste, good kid and an even better walker. Last shout out here for right now, we have Mike, watching from Gloucester. And Mike is watching from Gloucester. Thank you very much there, Mike. We appreciate everyone watching in here.
I just have to tell you guys, when I first moved to Gloucester and first started teaching, I was adopted by Tony Marino as an Italian, okay? I was adopted in his family. Then I played for Friend Street Market, and I was an honorary Italian in that. So now it's great to be part of the honorary Italian group up here. So I feel at home.
Rick, you are Italian. There's no doubt about it.
There you go.
When you get adopted by those individuals, you are. In your 2018 your 2018 Sunday, why do I say Saturday? Sunday, your 2018 Women's Senior Champions Rogue, 2017 and 18, they won it back to back. Your 2018 Friday champion Frank Taramina with the Greasy Pole. He will be going on to Saturday. And tomorrow, you have your same boat competition, Rick.
I just want to find out, Andrew. Andrew has been directing this thing. Bill Newell's been here taking pictures. That's going to be up on our website in a while. Mark is on the camera. Mark Nicastro. John Nicastro on the mic. Who was Alex Sanfilippo was in the boat, and who else did you have working with you?
And so we have Sean O'Laughlin. He's working on a drone that we're going to have throughout the weekend. Okay. And we didn't get to it very often today because we were having some technical difficulties, but we'll have it between Saturday and Sunday.
Well, what I could see was spectacular anyway. So that's the entire crew, and we'll be back at it again tomorrow.
Absolutely. Tomorrow is going to be a big day. Saturday, we're going to have our same boat competition, which will be Iron Village going up against Forza Furia and the old champs. Whoever wins the two boats that win that will advance to Sunday against the Merger, your 2017 champion. But this is the St. Peter's app with Streamography. I'm your host, John Nicastro, and Rick Moore, the co-host. We'll see you again tomorrow. Thank you for tuning in. Rogue Women's Champions 2018. Your Friday Greasy Pole champ, Frank Taramina. Congratulations. We'll see you tomorrow.
Important to bank with someone who won't hold you back. At Cape Ann Savings Bank, we have built our reputation on our quick, local decision-making. Our lending officers know this area and what it takes to get business done here. Cape Ann Savings Bank, a local bank that can keep up with your business.
Home Services, a satisfied customer is a beautiful thing.
Looks like a pretty perfect, but I'm going to watch it. I'm saying what, ladies and gentlemen. It's a Fiesta, Ruby Melvin, David Marshall, Warren Wood, Liz Shakespeare, Dee Summer, Divine McGraw, Amy Gary, Marissa Orlando, and Karen O'Leary, with Coach Angel Cecilio and Sarah Hoffman. It looks like a tight race. Let me see if I get some clean board before. Looks like you can say those with the lead on the far right. You need it on the blue flag. Look at the guys. You see the ball after this fall. So it looks like they got quality. Good ball lead. He's St. Louis and you need it. Leading the lead with Bigger in second place and South Korea taking up third as they approach it for flag. From here it looks like they're all underneath their pin, so they're going to have to come up and around the flag. The record is in St. Louis by 4 seats. It's about half a vote. On the right, Pitcher second, Opera, and Warriors in third. On a long race up the road. Unity reports that Peter is making the move, and Opera making the move. Three-quarters of the line flag. They're all important turn, and who comes out first will dictate who wins the race. It looks pretty close still. Right now, I don't need even the men's races, the 225 athletes are tight coming home. So who has to stamina to pull home and stay together to win this race? This is everybody's race, ladies and gentlemen. It's like a 3-vote heat for the heat. and when I speak early, they can move. And coming up, this is contender. We got a 3-mile race, ladies and gentlemen. What a beautiful day here on Pavilion Beach, ladies and gentlemen. Take it on in 10 Island, the seagulls over the water, the beautiful student conversation, and 3 boat loads with beautiful young ladies running their hearts out, coming home in the dead heat. You give everything you have from the Greasy pole to the beach, and that can make the difference.
Here's the last
Neither improvement, baby, and we'll stop the rear. How about behind?
At Cranny Home Services, a satisfied customer is a beautiful thing.
Elsewhere, it's going to be near 90 degrees, and when you factor in the humidity, this is a look at the heat index at about 2:30 tomorrow afternoon. It's going to feel like it's in the lower 90s, Boston, all the way up into Portsmouth.
Are you like this guy, struggling year in and year out to get that heavy AC back in the window? In only a couple of hours, Cranny Home Services can easily install a sleek ductless split unit so you never have to go through the struggle again. They're far more efficient than traditional air conditioners. Your walls and ceilings won't have to be ripped apart. You'll never have to move it. And it even gives off some heat in the winter. So if you want to learn more about how you can save money and aggravation with the ductless split unit, we'd love to chat with you here at Cranny Home Services. You can give us a call at 1-800-CRANNY or visit our website at crannyhomeservices.com.